Oh! Yo, what up? You wouldn't mind, could you sub, please? I'll buy it for a change. I'll buy it for months. Yeah, I'm live streaming right now.
Pause it. Just like.
Wait, let me do it. Wait.
In terms of what to expect from those first couple of lobbies, but Takada, we could also see some switch ups. I mean, Levin made a great point. Pablo trying to go for that initial split drop strategy, but it might also be extending the invitation for the same to happen to him and Chino if they're not careful.
Hold on. Now we got Sato in the mix. Look, Levin was alluding to this too. I think we even saw it in the Pro-Am where the pros would go frag out and just leave their teammate to kind of have their loot ready if the reboot had to come through. iDrop though, gonna pick up Malabuka now. Quick elimination on the board, but Slurpee is getting chaotic. Sato's mission didn't last too long as Vico falls as well.
This is tragic for Vico and Malabuka. Just clear elimination so early on. Matty is now gonna be forced to disengage, given that iDrop was taken out, but Flixie, Chap, now choosing to pressure directly into the heart of Slurpee Swamp. They seize their opportunity the moment that they recognize that Malabuka had been eliminated. Vico also falling incredibly low here. But Marius and iDrop, they will get a little bit of breathing room since Marius was able to find those first couple of eliminations. But with Chap and Flixie so close, darn Deemish too. I mean, almost anything can happen at this point in Slurpee, but that is a massive blow to Malibuca and Vico being forced to just kind of sit out this entire lobby. And we've already seen just how detrimental one placement can be. So to not have any in an entire lobby, they've got their work cut out for them for playing catch up.
100%. I like the positioning too for Twek and Midro's drop. I mean, it's close to Darm and Demish. Center map is perfect for reload. As we see Sky and Scroll, not the best start from them, but you know, we're still very early on in this tournament, so anything can still happen, and not being contested gives you kind of a bit of that freedom to play it slow in the early game, get all the resources you need for later, as Pix and Comeback might be looking for a sneaky play.
They are just steady lurking on Casper and Prism, that's a big 100 shot, no shields. But it's not what Pix and Comic had initially been hoping for. They wanted to get the outright drop, the outright panic. Still, Prism just trying to reunite with his duo. He needs Casper to play a little bit of backup here. A lot of pressure application right now, though. And Casper, Prism, they'll still manage to hold through for the time being. Casper instead going to go on the aggressive now. Pix forced to revert his initial strategy, and he's just going to have to fall back entirely. Now he's the one trying to just play for a little bit more of shield healing. And Comeback, he'll take the reins now. But the material count is incredibly low for Pix and Comeback. And a side angle shot. Casper coming up big time. That's going to be a nice elimination here. Pix and Comeback, what initially seemed like it was going to be a sneak opportunity purely in their favor, now has left them fully on the retreat.
Using up that shockwave bailout. Kind of make a comeback here. Good news is there's no duos around them, so they are going to be able to kind of group up once again. The issue is recuperating these resources quick enough before you kind of have to get closer to the more established duos in the zone, but definitely could be a lot worse as Pablo and Chino now look to be hunting down a player themselves.
Right, just nowhere left to run. Chino almost playing with his food right there, but 2 eliminations now for Pablo and Chino. They've done a decent job at working things through from the starting point over Far West and Logjam, but she's only the foot right now for Multi and Snozq. They're having to go up against Sato and Momzi. Sato seems like he wants to just immediately barrel into the box here, but still wants to be wary, doesn't want to give away any sort of opening shots. A big exchange between Sato and Multi, and that's going to send Multi to immediately fall back here. Snozq now looking to see if he can maybe capitalize on Sato having taken such a huge chunk of his HP, but with Momzi right behind, it's going to be all too easy for them to separate one more time, and Momzi still having a little bit of leverage with that overhead POV.
A lot of close quarters combat as Shark making use of an SMG. It's interesting, in standard BR, ARs and shotguns are basically identical in terms of damage dealt, but in reload, shotguns did 4 times more damage than ARs, so quite a difference. But like we mentioned earlier, Taco, this is a completely new playing ground in these final lobbies. You can't take what we saw in opens, what we saw in heats, to decide what's going to happen here. Shark and Teeny have been loving the high ground retakes, using everything they can utility-wise to make it happen. So I think one of these games, they're bound to take it.
I don't know that I would say loving it, given that they were constantly chopped, had to burn all of their materials to even look for those positions. If anything, they clearly want the high ground. They clearly enjoy holding high ground, but that is going to be a struggle if it's anything like what we saw in that secondary lobby with the constant swap outs of height. But Chino and Pablo, they know what kind of an end game they've got to really settle themselves up for. I did like that initial appearance, though, from Twek and Midro, kind of trying